Like, people always blame fucking pot for everything. Like, and I'm one of them. Like, I am, but I'm not really. You know? I lost that fucking half ounce of pot. I even asked Mike for 3 nugs. I could not find that half ounce of pot. What did it take for me to get super fucking high? Mm-hmm. Just how I was when I hit the pot from myself, and I found the fucking pot. I don't know how we got on this fucking subject. I'm just fucking saying that, you know, don't blame everything on drugs. But I got to be honest with you, man. For the first time in 30 years, I am blaming something on drugs. My fucking behavior that day. Because where there's smoke, there's fire. You see, listen. When I go to Mike Klein's house, and we're watching a game, and for some reason, I'm having a good time, and I have a fucking drink. And then I'm having a better time, and I have another fucking drink. And then I'm having a better time, and I have another fucking drink. Even at 290, I know when I get in the car, and I get pulled over, I'm going to get a DUI. It's going to be light numbers. My insurance is going to go up. I got to take some fucking drunk class. I'm going to scream and fucking yell how I'm not a fucking drunk, which I'm really not a fucking drunk. And I'll probably never get a DUI again. That's a lesson learned. That's a person who made a mistake. That's a person who will never fucking drink again, who'll go, what the fuck did I do? Over 3 beers that almost cost me my license, my job, my ability to drive, and all this shit. It was a one-time deal. And after 3 or 4 years, I think an insurance company lets it go. That's what I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this. It could be 5 years. It could be 7 years on your driving record. I don't know what it is. But that's it. So if you come to me and go, hey, in 1991, you had a DUI, bitch, that was 1991. Like, I had a friend a couple weeks ago that dropped his water in his car, and he went to reach for the water, and the cop pulled him over. Okay, the cop pulled him over because he says he swerved off the line. He gave my buddy a fucking test, and my buddy passed the test. You know what he said to him? He goes, you got a DUI on your record. I got to take you down there from like 8 years ago in another state. So he goes, I still got to take you down there and give you a blood test and make sure you weren't on fucking drugs. That's not necessary. That in my world is not fucking necessary. It really isn't. But you got that DUI, and now people assume. You follow me? So you brought it upon yourself. I don't agree with the cops' actions, but that's just the way it is. But my point is that if you got a DUI in 1991, that's 29 years ago. If you've never got a DUI since then, it was a fucking mistake. It was a bad day. It was you not counting your beers. It was a cop having a bad day, you know, whatever. Your numbers were low. You know, once you get a DUI, it's tough to go to an AA meeting and tell people you're not an alcoholic. They just went to Mike Klein's house and had 3 fucking beers. But they don't give a fuck. They're going to say you're a fucking alcoholic. I don't agree with that. You know, now, if I had a DUI in 91, 96, 2002, and 2010, there's a fucking problem because where there's smoke, there's fucking fire. After I got arrested for the kidnapping, I got arrested for one other violent crime, and I didn't get arrested. It was the assault on John. I never raised my hands again. I never did. And the arrests I had after that were always singular also. There was a couple multiple theft arrests, but I've never not said I was a fucking thief. I'll steal anything. I was talking to my agent last night, and we're talking about the Soprano Project, and I go, I was perfect on that, and I'll tell you what, I didn't even steal nothing. And we both started laughing our asses off because I always steal a momentum from everything. I take something, a lighter, a fucking canopy. You know me, I don't give a fuck. If I got room in the car, I'm taking it with me. I got to take something to go. I didn't do anything wrong. And I'm really proud of that. You know why? Because I'm 57 years old. I shouldn't be taking fucking shit from a thing. But that's fine with me. The point I'm trying to prove here, the point I'm trying to stick to is that where there's smoke, there's fucking fire. So you can't, come at me. So when you came at me for the fucking Some girl that fucking sucked my dick 20 times, and I even said it wrong. It wasn't even the belly room. She was just a comic that, before the situation, nobody gave a fuck about this girl. Nobody gave a fuck about this girl. Till this day, nobody has said, what's her name? Nobody. They just tried to pin a situation on me for me cracking a fucking joke in the heat of the fucking moment. But nobody ever mentioned the kidnappings. Nobody ever mentioned the fucking burglaries. Nobody ever mentioned none of that dumb shit I did, which should have been mentioned. That just lets you know where your fucking head is at. That just lets you know where America's head is at. That they were pissed at a situation, that we were having a conversation and laughing. And you could tell that, yeah, maybe she sucked my dick, maybe she... But in the whole this fucking 6 months, not one person has said, what's the girl's name? You've never given a fuck about the fucking girl. Not one fucking person. I reached out to her. I'm not going to tell you what her name is. You don't need to fucking know. It's none of your business because you never asked, you dumb fucks. You never said nothing. And nothing else ever came from it. Nobody else raised their hand. One girl, oh, he hit on me at a party at 98 when I invited him over to my house. That's great. That's great. I tried to hit on her. Nothing happened. She drove me home. I was friends with her for 20 years after that. Did her shows, the whole thing. What did I do fucking wrong? Nothing. Nothing. So if you're going to come at somebody, come at them for the wrong thing. Not one person gave a Frenchman's fuck about Ken Vella and how he felt fucking handcuffed in the back of a fucking trunk, staring at a dark trunk. Not one person. That's just to let you know how fucked we are. Like how fucked up we are as human beings. Not one person said, not only did he get his dick sucked 20 times by a girl with dirty fingernails, but he fucking kidnapped. Not one person cared about fucking Ken Vella. Me, I care about him. I still call him. I apologize to him fucking constantly. I always throw a joke in there. I always like to throw a joke in there about Vella. Don't worry, I'm not going to tie you up and put fucking duct tape on your eyes and shit. I mean, listen, it's a dark situation that I added light to over the years, but don't mistake the situation for what it was. It wasn't brutal. Nobody beat him. Nobody did nothing. All we did was put a gun to him, turn him around, handcuffed him, put him in a room for a little while. I'm sure I would never want to be in the position he was for those 4 hours, thinking about whether he was going to die or not. He was in no danger of dying. All we cared about was about the drugs. That's it, and that's that, you know.